This is Shauna's Avenue, and these are the latest news. Two men have been charged in relation to Tuesday's gun attack on a man in Old Harbour, St. Catherine, charged with shooting with intent, conspiracy to shooting with intent, possession of a prohibited weapon, and unauthorized possession of ammunition. Our 23-year-old construction worker Javon James, otherwise called Rumbelly, and 34-year-old Ronald Knight, both of Burke Road in Old Harbour. Both were charged on Wednesday. The police report that about 5 a.m. on February 20, the complainant was walking along Burke Road when both accused allegedly opened gunfire at him. He escaped injury. A report was made to the police and an investigation was launched. This resulted in both men being held by the police. Following a question and answer session on February 21st, they were arrested and charged. A court date is being finalized. The resort town of Negril was again covered in a thick cloud of smoke and ash today, as the morass in the vicinity of the 7 Mile beach, which has frequently caught fire over the years, was ablaze, forcing tourists to stay indoors. Richard Wallace, managing director of Boardwalk Village Commerce, told the news that lack of proper firefighting equipment is making it difficult to fight the fire. The fire started yesterday, but it got really bad this morning. It is not a good situation, and I am sure we are going to have people that are sick that have respiratory problems, Wallace said. Almost every year this happens. Whenever we have dry and windy conditions like we are having now, the morass usually catches fire, and depending on where it starts, there's nothing that can be done about it because we don't have the firefighting equipment to fight a morass fire. He said, "We have to wait until it burns out." The fire started maybe in the middle of the 7 Mile beach. First, it was going northwards, then around Jam West, the water park, and now it passed Sandals. The morass has been a headache for environmentalists over the years due to the frequency of fires. Negril spans western Hanover and western Westmoreland, and today practically the entire area was covered in thick smoke and ash. Wallace gives credit to the firemen trying to resolve the issue. The firemen can't go into the morass, so they just have to stay on the periphery and stop any damage from happening. They have been doing a pretty good job with that, Wallace said. "I had to issue masks to all my staff. The whole place is a mess because of the soot. We are going to have a lot of cleaning up to do after this. We can't have food out. You can't have a meal because all the ash is blowing onto your food and into your drink. The beach is covered and the beach chairs have ash, so it is not a good situation." The police have refuted accusations made by residents in Augustown, St. Andrew into the events surrounding Wednesday's shooting and injury of a man in the community. The residents on Thursday mounted roadblocks in protest of the shooting. They claim that the police who reportedly shot and injured the man were not wearing uniform and entered the community in an unmarked vehicle. The residents added that the lawmen did not identify themselves before opening gunshot at the now injured man. Senior Superintendent of Police Marlon Nesbitt, commanding officer for the St. Andrew Central, refuted the claims made by the residents. He stated that the cops were on operation and came upon a group which aroused their suspicion. Around 1:40 p.m., a team of officers were on duty in Augustown when they came upon a group of persons in the African Gardens area. Men within this group aroused police suspicion, resulting in the decision to check these men. As the police alighted from the service vehicle, one man drew a firearm and pointed it at the police, who took evasive action and fired at this man. He ran, continued to point the weapon at the police, and was shot in the process. He then ran onto premises and the police followed, SSP Nesbitt stated. On entering the premises, the police were able to retrieve the firearm, a Glock pistol with magazine containing 10 rounds. In the process of assisting the injured man, who was identified as Jermaine O'Meally, to the hospital, the converged crowd physically prevented the police and subsequently had to retreat due to the boisterous crowd, the senior cop reported. SSP Nesbitt stated that O'Meally was suspect in a murder investigation in the St. Andrew South Division last June and was also suspected in other criminal incidents. Nesbitt also sought to refute claims that the shooting was politically motivated. I must dispel this notion because the team of police that went there, from my certain knowledge, are professional around their work and are not in a way aligned to a political party and such type behaviors. So this is certainly not so. From the police perspective, I must advise members of the public that we will endeavor at all times to be true to our oath of office and to be professional at this time as the election period unfolds, SSP Nesbitt stated. Adriana Leng, the 13-year-old Westmoreland girl who was airlifted to the U.S. for emergency medical care after being severely burnt in a house fire, which claimed the lives of her 3 brothers, was able to smile with her father Adrian recently when she received a house from the Prime Minister Andrew Holness. The Leng family has been through extremely difficult times. A tragic fire claimed the lives of 3 siblings, left daughter Adriana with life-threatening burns, and destroyed their home. Today, the family's life looks much different. Adriana is back in school, and though still grieving an immeasurable loss, they are starting a new chapter. As part of this new chapter, today they collected the keys to their brand new home under the new social housing program. I am filled with immense joy that my government is able to impact lives in this way. May the Leng family heal and make new memories in their new home, Holness said at the handing over ceremony. The Leng family has now moved from Springfield in Westmoreland to the neighboring parish of St. Elizabeth. The house is valued at $9 million. Leng suffered 97% burns on her body in the house fire in September last year. After receiving treatment locally, Leng was transferred to the United States, where she underwent 26 surgeries, including amputating her left leg at the Joseph M. Still Center in Augusta, Georgia. Adriana is now fitted with a prosthetic leg.